we have amongst us today two of those successful whom I consider successful because of what they have achieved in their life. Starting with, we have CA Uma Krishna, who's been a teacher all her life, and then decided to do CA at the age of 45 or 46, I think.
Yeah, 45 started with the ACS, so it was around 46 when I started.
46. CA, that's what. And she finished a CA at age of 51.
That's right.
And we also have this CA Petchi, who has come from a very humble background, and she also, from being an average student, decided to do CA. And she's got a lot of accolades, and her profile, if I had to read, and it will take a lot of time for us to go through it. So I will just keep it one of the high achievers as far as I am concerned. So that's why I thought I will start with these two wonderful people whom I came to know through LinkedIn and also through the CA chapters. So thank you for joining today, agreeing to be
pleasure,
on the,
sir.
Yeah. So I'll start with the first question. Probably I'll start with the teacher.
So what teacher of English?
Yeah, teacher of English.
Connected with commerce or accounts or anything.
Yeah, but you are a science student, isn't it? You are a science graduate.
Yes, science graduate and an English postgraduate.
English postgraduate. I know a lot of CS who have come from a science background. In fact, even my auditor, whom I did articleship, he's a science graduate and also from a Tamil medium. So that's a okay. So the question is, what is success in your view now? At present, what do you think is success in your view, and how has it changed over the years?
Over the years, in fact, I had one regret. One regret I had was during my +2. I mean, back then it was pre-degree in Kerala. I did my studies there. I was, I kind of was a bit, I wouldn't say naughty, but I just wasted a lot of time and I missed the bus. I did not get into any professional college. In fact, I did not even prepare for it. So I always had this regret that I had not done any professional course. So when this chance came forward for me to do CA, I kind of grabbed it with both my hands. So this was, for me, having a professional qualification was something, a great achievement. So I worked hard towards it and I am here. But now that I don't just want to rest on my laurels. Of course, people keep saying, okay, ma'am, you cleared your CA at the age of 51. Okay, that's fine. But right now, what I want to do is, I want to leave a legacy. When I chose to do CA, I did not plan to come back to teaching at all, frankly speaking. But then I guess teaching chose me, I should say, because after I completed my CA inter exams during the GMCS, I just expressed that I'm a teacher and all that. One of the students approached me asking me for help for FM paper for the November exam, May 14. So I just said, okay, fine, I'll teach you that. You wouldn't believe I started coaching CA inter students before my own inter results were out on August 3rd. My own results came on August 21. With 7 students, I started. After that, there was no looking back. Whenever I was free, I used to coach inter students and all that. Now that I've cleared, I'm back to, as I said, when I decided to do CA, I did not plan at all to go back to teaching. But then, teaching is very near to my heart. Okay, so it so happened that teaching chose me, I should say.
Yeah, that happens actually. When we say that, people say that you have to pursue your passion. In fact, you can't really pursue your passion because you don't know what's your passion. Sometimes you know what's your passion only when you start doing different things, and then something strikes you, and this is what you are meant to. Good. So I taken some points which we'll come back for discussion. I would the same question to Petchi also, CA Petchi. So what is success in your view? Has it changed over the period?
Yes, sir. Success is not defined to a particular person. Each person who uses the opportunity that comes his way is a success. success and he is a successful person. Opportunity is given by God to each one of us in an equal basis. Here I will define success as participation is more important than winning. You need to use your opportunity. You should not wait for the opportunity. When the whatever the possibility ways are there, you have to grab it and you just simply do what you want to do and keep quiet. That is what success for me.
Very good. So you are saying that effort is more important, action is more important. So as you
Yes,
keep,
sir. Yeah. We need to just take a step. That's what I want to tell. Success is like a step ahead. That's what we should not be just simply sit and oh, they are achieving their opportunity is there for everyone. We need to use it. Once you taking a step itself a success for me. I never come to a end. Once this is done, then only success. No. If you are taking a step towards your opportunity itself a success for me.
perfect. So taking action, moving towards a goal itself is
Yes.
success.
Yes.
Because if you don't take action, you are going to stay wherever you are, and you will have regrets. You know.
Daily you have to go ahead with a different things, and you need to try out. Till my school days, I'm totally very naughty girl, and I won't study at all. I just play. I just enjoy the life. But once I started my college life, no, there I learned. Even I don't know any competition, no, I give my name, I give a try. If I participate in 10, I will get it 1. But without, I don't want to just be a listener and clap. I just want to be participate. There I learned participation is more important than winning.
In fact, my question is,
success.
yeah, my question is linked to that only actually.
It's overall the same. Yes, sir. It still now I feel that whatever the opportunity comes, I'll sincerely take it. I'll just give a simple try. That's all. I won't do much. I will sincerely try. That's all.
Yeah. In fact, my next question is actually on that only, because you said, you know, in your school days you were naughty, and so what was the turning point? You know, you said in college you started participating. So what made
realizations, sir. Realizations of parents' hard work, realization of value of education, that I realized in 1 or 2 minutes in my college admission, where I don't have enough mark. So they were doubting to take me for the finance college. My parents, their appearance itself seems, everyone knows that we are very poor. So they are doubting whether they could afford the fees, because it's 10 times more than the normal fees. I don't know, it's 1,000 rupees in government college, but in that place it is 10,000 rupees per semester. It's 1998. It's a very big amount for my parents. That time my parents were requesting the principal, we are not educated, that is the reason we are struggling like anything in the roadside. Rainy season or hot season, we are struggling. Let this poor little girl get the education of 1 degree and let her have a good life. My father told that I want my daughter to sit under 1 fan and work, sir. For that, study is required. Give that study. We struggle, we pay extra amount, but we don't bother for that. Let my child have the good life. There, that moment I realized realization is important. Everyone knows the value, everyone knows the parents value, but realization is important. There I realized my parents hard work. There I realized the value of education. Then I started studying from my college days. That is my turning point.
Yeah. So the point is that, you know, there is always a point in our life where we feel, you know, why we are not done it, and why we should do more. That's a very good point. Now coming back to our CA and teacher, Uma ma'am, if I had to put the question in a different way to you, you know, what was that triggering point for you? Because, you know, you have been a teacher of a good school, and you have been doing well as a teacher. It's not that you are not doing well. What was the trigger point that made you to move towards a professional course? Maybe I think you started with CS first. You joined company secretaries and then you joined CA. So, what was that moment?
There is a funny story behind it. I did not choose to do ACS at all. What happened? I was working at a reputed school, Mahatma School here, as an English teacher, and eventually I became the English coordinator. It is like the HOD kind of thing. Then, when my husband got a transfer to Chennai, we moved to Chennai. We were there for 5 years, and in the meantime, he started his own business. So when we moved back to Madurai, I was into a lot of, I was an online tutor. I was kind of a resource person with the Hindu NI program, etc. So I was kind of a bit free. At that time, my husband suggested there is a course called ACS course, Company Secretaryship course. At that time, he started his law studies. So he suggested, Uma, why don't you do ACS? It's all full of law papers. You have to write 6 papers. They call executive level. Then again, after 9 months, you just have to do something called professional. Professional is final for ACS. So I just went and paid the fee and everything. It was like DD back then. 2012, July to be back. When I went to hand over the DD, the guy, the in charge there, Mr. Raja, he handed over the books. When I saw the books, I was kind of petrified, you should say. All huge books saying accounts and taxation and all that. I ventured into the course thinking it's all full of law papers and all that. But then only then I knew, okay, oh God, I had dipped my feet into something, a very deep place without knowing anything about it. But then they had classes for the first module, that is group in CA is a module in CS. I attended classes there. You wouldn't believe, I started ACS with the passion for law. But rather than law, I fell in love with costing and taxation. To this day, those 2 papers remain my favorite. So, and it was at that time that, CA direct entry scheme was thrown open. Then I thought, okay, in Tamil we'll say like, they may try panni paakano being will say. So I thought, okay, why not CA? Because I personally felt ACS, though it has good scope and all that, since I was planning to stay in Madurai, practice scope is less, and at my age, I can't get into a corporate company. Then I thought CA would be a better option for me due to my age and all that. That is how I entered into CA, and kind of CA Inter I cleared. ACS executives, both modules separately I cleared in the first attempt. CA Inter, both module groups together in Madurai, I stood second. And when it came to final, I did face some personal issues. My dad passed away and all that. And for 2 days, financial issues I faced, and I could not focus on studies. So like my group 1 was a little delayed. But then group 2, again, I wanted to prove myself that I was capable of doing it. So CA final group 2, again, I cleared it in the first attempt. So this is my journey in a nutshell, I could say.
Good. So that takes me to the next question, actually, which is for both of you. Because, one is, of course, passing the exam, but then there are a lot of struggle, even after passing, before passing also struggle is there. So what keeps you, motivated to deliver results each day? So maybe I'll start with the CA Petchi first.
Sir, actually, coming to CA, this is not a study for creamy layer. It is the study which helps even the poor to reach the professional goal. And this is the course which is not an expensive one. CA is reachable to everyone. All its need is not money but perseverance to learn. There was a myth developed among the society that it is a difficult course and it can't be achieved that easily. But the fact is, this course is for hard workers who can achieve easily by working hard. So daily success, you are asking, what is the daily success? Even today, what is the daily success? According to me is, I always believe that even the slightest humor that you bring on others' laugh should not be cast by hurting others. but should brought with love and care. This is, I feel, that
Very
daily
good.
success.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, that's a
ma'am.
good one, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Could you, yeah. So again, as Petchi said, right now, CA, in fact, not right now, I would say a few years earlier, I would say CA remained a course that only worked for the elite people, only of the highest stratum of people. But now we can see that many average students can do it, and even students from a not so well off background can do CA. Because ultimately, everything said and done, the fee that we paid to the institute is, I did calculate it once. It is only 98,800. Can you imagine a cheaper course than this? For engineering, every year, semester, even with government fee and all that, it's I think around 40,000 per semester or something like that.
Depends. Yes.
These days, even to do a BCom per semester, it's around 25,000.
Here I want to point one thing, sir. Not even 98,000, ma'am. It is a nil cost course, I used to say to students. You might be wondering, they need to spend only 3 years because minimum stipend which they are going to get it back is more than a lakh within these 3 years. So of course it is a nil cost course, sir. One person has to they have to spend their time.
Yeah, effort. That's the only thing.
Yes,
the cost
that
you
is
pay
the
is the
only
effort.
thing required. Yes, yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me take you to the next question. Yeah, you have. Sorry. Yeah, you have something to add. Yes.
Financially also it is easy on the pocket.
Yes.
And other than that, ultimately everything said and done, it's just 20 papers.
Yeah.
4 plus 20 papers. So if you really set your mind to do with the proper guidance, you need proper guidance from the proper person. That's where I just want to reach out to as many students as I can. After my post went viral in LinkedIn, I'm getting so many calls and messages from so many people who have quit CA, at the age of 30, 40, etc. They would have quit without clearing inter, or they would have, at the final stage, they would have quit. So now they get motivated and they want to resume their studies. So that is something that gives me a lot of happiness.
Yes, that's true. By the way, this is not actually advertisement for CA course. I just want to add disclaimer. Okay, whoever is listening, yeah, this is CA. Of course, is one of the best courses and definitely one of the most economical course. That's no doubt about it. Okay, my next question is it's a common question for both of you. Who is your inspiration? It can be your parent, teacher, or your children. So, on a continuous basis to do something in your life, what is that inspiration that you derive from? Or who is the person? So maybe I'll start with again Petchi, because she is there in the first in my screen. So
the person whom I am going to introduce is going to be surprise you all because he is well-known personality. Yes, it is none other than a mother. Mothers are always superheroes to everyone. As like that to me, I wish to follow my lovable mother footsteps. 3 simple principles she has insisted on me, which I want to tell it to you. She always simply believes that the honest is the best policy to live happy. And she always insists not to look on to others' life and be happy with what you have. And third one is the very most important principle that she has followed over her life is not to betray others and to come up in life. You just believe in yourself, believe in hard work, because hard work and prayer will bring sure success. So
that's your mother on the screen. Can you see?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I'm so happy today that my mom never crossed this Indian border, but you made her to travel to Bahrain. Thank you, sir.
And I specifically asked you to send some picture, and you sent so many pictures. I picked up this one because this shows exactly where you are from and what is your effort in reaching to the position that you are today. Okay, so
Thank you so much.
so I'll put the same question to ma'am.
Yeah, when it comes to studies, a little bit of I'm self-motivated, you could say. But then when I told you I faced a lot of issues in my life, and even when I was feeling really low, I have this one friend called Meena. She's she's a school classmate of mine. She's a principal at a school in Chennai. I mean Trivandrum. She, when I look at her and the way she has succeeded, the difficulties and challenges she underwent, I feel, oh God, I have suffered nothing. So whenever I feel very low, she is the one who, and somehow, whenever I feel low, I don't know how, in the way, we say in Tamil, I would get a call immediately from her. I don't know how she, some kind of telepathic sense or something, she would immediately call whenever I'm low. And there is, I would allow me to mention one more friend of mine called Ratna. Again, she from class 5 up to my college BSc, she was my classmate. She's now in Australia. Every morning, 4:30, she would call me from Australia to wake me up during my studies. I mean, it was our 4:30 is 9 o'clock for them. Every morning without fail, she would talk to me and make me just go up to the wash basin to brush my teeth, to make sure that I'm awake, and then she would cut the call. Then, of course, my kids. Both my kids are, they give me a lot of purpose to my life. I just, there's absolutely no words, a mother can say to express, the love for her kids. You can see my picture, my son and daughter. The top picture is actually was taken when my daughter was Punya Janam, actually, we say the first star birthday. And you can see the photo with my son was taken on my convocation day. That was a very special moment. Unfortunately, my daughter could not join that day because she was away at Delhi for the Republic Day camp for her NCC. And the right picture was taken on my daughter's birthday just a couple of weeks back. May 1st was her birthday. So my whole life begins and ends with my kids, you could say. Okay. So my daughter's doing her law, and my son is planning to, he's completed his graduation in literature and he's planning to try for UPSC.
Sure, they will definitely do great in their life because they have an inspiring mother, so they have to definitely achieve great things.
Thank you.
One second, sir. After my mother, the same role was continuing by my husband, sir. He is my next mother. He allows me to do everything. He has given me the freedom to take the things. So my world is within these two people, mother and husband.
Yeah, ultimately, family is what makes our life. So there is no question about it. Definitely, yes. And just to make it a point, see that the achievement normally when we see. I consider personally, this is my opinion. Any achievement from a woman is definitely much more than any kind of achievement that men can do, because I generally feel men are slightly privileged, so they have extra freedom that they can do whatever they want in their life, which is not there for women. Though they have been supported, given everything, but still there are a lot of constraints. You have to find time for yourself besides doing all the other things. So obviously, the achievement that women does is generally, in my opinion, is on a higher pedestal. So I'll go to the next question. If you have to share one incident that left a deep impact, something that you learned and cherish for your life, which you want to share with us, what you learned and what is that you want to tell that we should all keep in our life. So I will start with this time. I'll probably go to teacher.
I can't, offhandedly, I'm not able to think of any incident as such. In recent times, an incident or an occasion that I really cherished was my, convocation day. There's something funny happened. When I went to register myself at that, there was a table where volunteers were sitting. They immediately said, ma'am, ask the student to come. Parents cannot come and register. So I said, sir, I am the student. I am the CA who's has come for convocation. That person who was there got so excited. Ma'am, very good, ma'am. Congratulations. You know, that particular day when I received the convocation from CA Rajendra Kumar sir in the presence of MPD sir, again, a lot of, I'm inspired by the way he talks and all that. You know, that was a very cherishable moment for me in recent times.
Okay, that's good. So that's a very, very funny incident, but actually definitely yes. You know, people generally don't expect, but you're done. That's great actually. In fact, I want to add here because I know when I was doing CA, there was in Madurai, I think he's still there, famous auditor, Kasturi Rangan. I don't know how many of you know him. When he did CA, his mother also did CA along with him. And both of them passed. And she even got, I think, rank. I don't remember, but I think something like that. So, yes, Madurai has produced wonders like that. Yeah, CA Petchi. So, what is that one incident that has?
As I will make it very fast. Two incidents, sir.
Yes.
One made me to realize the life, and one incident made me to be a CA. First, I will share one of the present Central Council member. He was coming and sharing his experience in the stage when I started my career as a CA in Madurai one-day program. There he openly told that I'm a failure of 10th standard. If I could stand as a chartered accountant, why can't you all? Like that he showed himself as a
Example.
role model. There I thought, the 10th failure itself, if he could achieve, why can't I? I'm just passed at least. I scored little mark and passed. That positive vibration created by that person is well known to everyone, and ma'am also referred him. It's RK sir, our white MGR. We proudly say that. So that from that moment, so I taken two things from him. One is to get motivated as a CA. Then another one is we should not hide ourselves, that we can share our past. I'm in this position, like they should not hide it. Very transparently, we can tell that, see, if I could achieve, why can't you? That is the reason now when I'm speaking with students, I tell that if I could achieve from a Tamil medium student without any background of any, why can't you? You have all the facilities, guys. You can try up. Even I tell to them, passing percentage in CA is 100%, sir. Our MPV sir said in one meeting. Of course, who have the perseverance to not leaving the scores and keep on studying, no, they all pass. The another incident which never and ever I forget in my life, that only making me to live every moment is anything will happen anytime. So my mother's last breath on my shoulder. She just hugged me and she told me that never and ever quit your study. It will be with you forever. That time I don't know that she is going to leave me. Immediately she just fallen on my shoulder and she just passed away. That time I realized very strongly that education will come forever. And another thing is, life is what? This is what the life. So for this, why we have to complicate ourselves? Why we have to live for society? Just live the life. Just enjoy the life. Even when we are going in a car, we have all the pressures in head. And I see the chartered accountants are taking all the pressures of their client. And the person will be very cool, but these people, I have seen the last 2 months 2 deaths of a CA, sir, at very young age of 35, 40. Why that much stress we have to take it? Just do the things. My mom is a vendor, so she always believed that quality is the king to reach the people. Never compromise on quality and sell a poor product. That I have seen. So these words are the light to my professional practice. So that's what I learned from my mother. These are the two incidents.
That's very touching. Yes. Now maybe we can open up for questions from the audience. We have
Yes,
also few.
Yes.
I think almost there are many chartered accountants here, and there are also non-CAs. So any questions from the audience? We have Sunita, one of the chapter members. She's also secretary now, or joint secretary of the CA chapter.
Yes, sir.
Joint secretary. Yes. Yeah. Joint treasurer. Yeah. Sorry. Joint treasurer, and she's also one of the successful chartered accountants in Bahrain. Yes.
Hi, CA Petchi and CA Uma. I'm very
Hi,
delighted to have attended this session. And it's very inspiring and very nice to see people like you and hear your success stories. And yes, hard work is the one key factor for CA or any other professional course. And all the tips that you all have offered and your stories that you have shared, I hope it inspires many more students and people who are struggling or people who are planning to quit. They have to just hang on, just persevere and complete it. And CA degree is worth all the pain, yes.
Absolutely, yes. Definitely. It's worth all the pain. No doubt about it. Yes, maybe Sindhuja, are you a chartered accountant?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm not a chartered accountant yet, but I'm a cost accountant.
Wow.
And I've completed my CA Inter. And yes, I have not finished my finals yet. So it's been almost a decade now. I have just planned, you won't believe me, a couple of months back only I've started my planning to write my CA. So let me take up my CA, let me finish my CA, because I don't want to you see, like we
believe you, ma'am. We believe you. Even after 20 years of gap, there are people, our friends, who passed CA and they are in good position now.
Yeah, in fact, one of my friend actually, who did CA with me. We were, same batchmates actually, and for some reason he couldn't actually. He passed Inter with me, but finally he couldn't write for some reason, and then he has to take up a job. Almost he was 41 when he decided to take it back, and then he started the journey. I think 43 when he finished when he was 43. So yes, it's possible.
So thanks for conducting such a great video conference, because being this is you guys are my starting point now. So thank you so much, Petchi, and
all the best,
ma'am.
All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You can. Yes.
My question to Uma ma'am. Ma'am, I think you have started after 46 like that. You have where you have started your studying CA. Like, how was your personal commitment while doing your CA? Like, say, like being a housewife, or like being a mother of 2 kids. So how did you really felt like while taking up your CA? Because you'll be having your personal, like taking care of house, and then you were doing your teacher job as well. So how did you manage everything?
I was not a teacher at that time. I had quit my teaching in 2006. Actually, I told you earlier. How can we do articles while being employed?
You cannot do.
Yeah. So what happened was, at that time in 2014, my son was in class 11. My daughter was in 8th. So I had to prepare breakfast for them, lunch for them, send them off to school, prepare lunch for my husband, for us. It was pretty tough. I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I would study, then, do housework. It was a balancing game, in fact. It was pretty tough. Fortunately, by the time I came to my final studies, my kids were all at college.
That's great.
So final, I could say, of course, when I cleared my group 1, my daughter was still at home. She was doing her +2.
Class 2. Okay.
But then my kids are a bit independent. So she used to like, I mean, to be frank, both of them did their higher secondary in, commerce group. Till this date, they have not come to, had not come to me with even a single doubt or anything. So I do not really know what they used to study, but they passed with really great marks and all that. I did have, as coming back to your question, I did have a lot of family commitments.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Sindhuja,
Yes.
I just want to answer you.
Yeah.
One of my friend who has 3 kids, all are not grown up. They are at 5, 7, 8 like that. She completed CA with the 3 kids. You said no, I have planned to write. You need to plan to study in such a way. In CA, only one thing is required: continuous daily study. Make sure that 2 days at least you study. Because I have a friend who is a Tamil medium BSc student. She goes daily without the work. She can't manage her day-to-day life. She just take 3 hours permission to write the exam. Now she is a chartered accountant. But she makes sure that daily morning she studied 2 hours, evening 2 hours. That consistency is very, very important when you are going to write your exam.
Yeah, I think just to add a point, it all depends on how we make it as a habit. So if you can find, in your daily activity, some place where you can, incorporate this without, many things we do in our life for improvement, it's basically the habit that we follow. So it is possible, yes. So, I mean, you have a lot of examples in front of you, and I'm sure you are definitely someone who deserves to be a chartered accountant. So don't give up.
Just like
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, that is why in fact, I've taken up something called mentoring. So there are, right now I'm mentoring some 10 to 12 students, inter and final students. What happens when it comes to CA is you completed your school studies or you're an adult. There is no one to ask you to sit and study, right? So there's no accountability. But see, to a school-going student, the parents would keep going behind, study and all that. So here we are all adults. So this accountability thing, that is where I play a role.
Okay.
I kind of check up with them. I have a few CA final students from UAE also. Every morning I post a good morning, you post a planner, sir, or ma'am. They kind of, every morning they give me a planner as to what they're studying that day. And at the end of the day, they give me an end of the day status report also.
Like a teacher. Report.
Yes.
Okay. Udayji, you want to ask something?
No, Meenakshi, I just want to thank you for bringing these 2 ladies, with the wonderful interview. They are inspiration, and I can congratulate both of them that the way they have done their CA, even after having the family and different age group. I should really congratulate them. Only question is, both of them is that I think their children are grown up now. What is their studies? Are they doing CA or some other courses? Because my children are both engineers.
Yeah, as I can answer that question, what happened, my daughter, seeing the way I was working hard, she is very intelligent. She stood second in her school for +2 with 98%. But she said, Amma, no CA for me. I can't. She wants to have, but she's doing law, in fact, 2nd year law college.
Okay.
And she's doing CS also. I just enrolled her for CS foundation. My son has completed his BA literature and now is planning to prepare for after the lockdown. So planning to prepare for UPSC exams, IAS exams.
Okay, so both are not in the CA line.
No.
See, me working hard, I think it's put them off, I should say.
They want shortcuts now.
Yeah, I think Suresh Panwar, you want to ask one question. Suresh ji?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Meenakshi, for arranging such a wonderful webinar. And both Uma as well as Petchi, you are the role model for the so like the woman. In fact, so like what I have a question. I want to ask you what message you would like to give to the working women who particularly say like they have discontinued their study or after they get married, and then at some point of their life they want to give a thought and want to come back to study. So what message you would like to give them?
I would rather like to give a message to the husbands and fathers.
Okay, I think that's
only with their support. See, once a woman gets married, though as Sundarji said, men are privileged. There's absolutely no doubt about it. So what happens? We women, we put our career secondary to the husband's career. So unless you have a husband who's ready to motivate the wives, so my message is to the husbands to motivate their wives to, realize their full potential.
Very well said.
I not agree with ma'am point. What you give, you will get it, sir. You have to give freedom to them, and you have to be transparent to them. Then they will motivate you, and so those who have quitted, no, they should come up with their own self-motivation is very, very important for this course. It's not outside force or someone has to come and tell that you do. They themselves. I know one of my friends who got married and after children, she could not able to study, but his husband motivated her, like having a ringtone at 4 o'clock in the alarm. Are you want to be a housewife or a profession? On hearing that, she will wake up, do all the work, and she started studying, and she's a successful chartered accountant now. So it's a self-motivation you have to create on your own, and you have to come up.
Thanks a lot, Petchi. I think it's like a inner or the self-motivation as well as like if you somewhere there is a lack of motivation, self-motivation at some point of time, then there is a outside motivation, which is like as Uma said, from the husband's side support. So it's a combination of both which is required. That's what I understand.
I think yes, motivation is always self-driven. If you don't have that, what kind of support you get, it is not going to help. So it's you who are going to drive. So that's my opinion. I know it's not the same because I can tell as a man whatever I want, but as a woman maybe it's different. But still, I think that the self-motivation and the drive, that's what decides where you're going.
There is a will, there is a way, sir.
Yeah, absolutely correct, yes. Any other questions? Maybe Girija? Do you have any questions? Okay.
No questions,
yes.
sir. I am listening. I am very much motivated by them because after finishing CA also, there are a lot more to, learn. So being at this age, I'm also in 50. So I thought whether it is possible for us to lead to study IFRS or other courses, certificate courses and all. Now I get motivated. So self-motivation is more important than anything else, as Petchi said. Thanks, Petchi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sundar?
Yes.
Deepak Bindal.
He won't ask a question. Yes. Yeah. Deepak.
I would like to answer that question.
Let him ask the question himself. Yeah. Deepak is actually a chartered accountant and a very well-known humorous speaker, humor champion in Toastmasters. A great personality. Yes, Deepak.
Thank you, Meenakshi. My daughter is in 12th grade, and I was myself a CA, but I am afraid to put her into CA. Thinking nowadays it is very difficult, but as Uma madam said, this is just 20 papers, so that makes it looks very easier, and once your mind accepts, then it's easier to adapt. So my question to both of you, in this journey when you started, during your hard work, did you ever feel that okay, let me give up, or you are about to give up but then you didn't give up? Because it's a long period of 3 to 4 years. So how you sustained that momentum?
I would like to answer that question.
Sure.
So when I started with ACS is a course, frankly speaking, unless you are in the commerce stream, you would not have heard about it. That's the sad truth. So when I registered for enroll for CA, that's when my dad actually, he's been a accountant in a private firm all his years, and he's had almost a daily interaction with the CAs. I mean, he would say auditors, right? So the moment I enrolled and informed him, he said, "Isn't it difficult? It means, isn't it a difficult course? How will you be able to do it?" Fortunately, when I cleared my inter in the first attempt, he was very much alive and he shared my happiness. However, unfortunately, I told you I faced a lot of issues, and he passed away in 2017. So when I became a chartered accountant, I know that his blessings are always there with me. And during that 2-year period when I could not prepare for my studies due to certain reasons, that at that time there were people who were demotivating me. I mean, they were saying, see, because I know that even right now, if I go to a school, and even without interviewing me, they'll take me as a teacher of English, because such is my experience. But so there were so many people saying, Uma, why do you want to complete CA? What if you're not able to do it? Why don't you go back to school teaching? But not even a single moment I considered that. I did struggle financially for a couple of years. In fact, I wanted to make money, right? But I did not want to do the easy way. But instead, I was writing blogs. I was doing some academic writing. My kids also helped me with all those writing assignment and all that. Somehow, I was able to manage my financial issues and come out of that financial crunch. Then again, I resumed my CA studies with again a little bit of financial support from one of my chitappa, my uncle. So with that, with his help, I was able to manage financially. Half the money I managed a little bit. He also helped me on a monthly basis, and I was able to focus on studies. So, but as your question goes, not even a single moment did I consider quitting at all. That never even occurred to me.
My answer is totally different. I had a lot of time. I decided to quit, but that particularly every student will decide after the result. But it won't sustain for a long period. For a couple of days, we cry, "Oh my God, we are working hard." But how I came out of that is my mother. Whenever I go very down, I say, "Ma, it's very difficult, ma." Somehow I taken, everyone has said it is difficult, but with some positive approach I taken, but I could not make it. I'm working hard, but I'm not getting the result. But my mom say only one word: never and ever say that education is difficult. It's you have to study with pleasure, not with pressure. You have to enjoy, ma. If you enjoy and study, you can study anything. So that is the kind of motivation every time she gave up. After her death also, her words made me to be a CA. Everyone faces this, but the passion and our perseverance towards the course will make us a chartered accountant.
Thank you. I understood from both of you, as CA Uma said, that people will come and demotivate, but don't listen to the negative people. And from you, I understood you need some anchor in your life, like you had mother. We should have some family member who is always there to constantly keep us up and motivated. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
Thanks, Deepak, for the question. We have a few more. There's one, I couldn't see the name. It says Eid Mubarak.
Hi, Meenakshi.
Hi.
Mahesh Kumar with you.
Mahesh, you are always surprising with all your names, okay? Mahesh is the current chairperson of Bahrain chapter by CI.
Hi, sir.
One of the very intelligent and learned person. Mahesh, we can see your face also.
Okay, Meenakshi, let me just start the video. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Right. So first of all, thanks Meenakshi for doing this very interactive session with chartered accountants, female chartered accountants. I am also having a chartered accountant spouse in my house. So we both are chartered accountants. And so in terms of disagreements, we have very few disagreements when it comes to our routine life. Sorry, we also have an infant in the house. Sorry for the background noise.
No, that's perfectly
It's all
fine.
right, sir. It's all right.
My question to you is, there are many options available as a career choice, in the list of choices. Why did you choose the profession of chartered accountancy?
So who is going to answer that? Yeah.
I had already answered that question. My entry into CS was accidental, but I chose to take up CA to, frankly speaking, to practice. But I never expected I would go back to teaching.
Teaching.
That was again, teaching chose me.
I think
Right.
Petchi also answered the same question.
So for me, passion, sir. Passion of study made me to be a CA, because this is a place where CA is a course. It can be easily achieved by any sort of people, and it is not a. So.
Yeah. Hope that
Right.
answers your question, Mahesh.
Yes, sir, very much. And we are very, very happy that increasingly, girl students are also pursuing the profession of chartered accountancy. The ratio of, boys to girls has seen a dramatic increase in the last few years, from the data that comes from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So we are more happy to see the women and the girls pursuing this profession, and we would like to see them, in higher positions in the coming future. Thanks,
Yeah,
Meenakshi, for taking my question, and wish you good luck with the session ahead.
Thanks, Mahesh, for jumping in. Okay, we have a few more, maybe because we have another 5 minutes left. So, Fakhruddin, you have any questions to ask? Am I reading the name correctly? Fakhruddin. Okay. We have Maya. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Maya. Yes. Any questions? I will conclude the session with a very important person asking her question. So I will first go with Maya. Maya, your mic is muted. Can you?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
I think I have missed quite something because I jumped in a little late. But whatever I heard, it has been very, very motivational. And I just hope I'm able to encourage my daughter with whatever words I heard from you, because right now she's struggling, a bit confused as to what she has to choose. She's in a grade 12 now, toying with many ideas, and frankly speaking, even I'm not able to guide her. I too am confused. But hearing your stories, I'm sure that I'll be able to motivate her. Thanks for your words. Thanks a lot.
Maya, I would like to mention something here. I am a science graduate, as you all know. My husband is a science postgraduate, but we put both our kids in the commerce stream. That's the greatest part of it. Because by the time I started my CA, I understood the great potential that this stream has. So I put both my kids, I mean, they chose, of course, seeing me studying and all that, seeing the immense potential you have and all that. So they chose to do commerce streams. That's what. And I also personally feel that CA is the best course for a girl. Because wherever you go, like the society requires a girl to move to the husband's place. But wherever you go, you have an employment opportunity.
Yes.
I just wish my daughter was here to hear you. So she will feel that I'm not telling anything, I'm not lying to her later on when I tell this.
I will share the recording with you.
Recording, yeah. Maybe you
I will share the recording with you so you can see that. Okay. Okay. Narayanasamy sir, you want to ask any question? You have been there listening to the talk. Okay. No response.
Hi,
Okay.
Sindhu here.
Sindhu, yes. Yeah.
Sorry to just interrupt in between, because I could see like a lot of CAs are over here. So I just want to know, how is the market like? See, after 35, how will you be ranked in the market. So like what will be my job opportunity if I clear my CA? Because see, there are a lot of competitions are going on here, and we could see there are like a lot of young kids. I mean, the fresh pass out. So how will you place a person who has cleared her CA or his CA after 35? So how will be the market? How the market will take them? If I am going, say for example, I am going for a job, how will you consider me?
Okay, I can answer this question from a different point of view before I ask the experts to answer that. I look at from a different point of view. I always felt, even when I finished CA, and my opinion at that time also was I can start my career at any point of time. I finished CA and I was at my hometown working for a small company because I want to stay with my parents. I had opportunities to move out. I had opportunities in Dubai at that time. I had opportunities in Bombay, but I refused to take any of it because I want to stay with my parents. And I told very clearly I can start my career in any point in time in my life. But that's my perspective. So I can't really say that that's applicable to all. But I think it's about how we create our mindset. So then now I would leave to the two speakers whom we have to answer that question.
I would say, Sindhuja.
Age is not.
Sindhuja, the reason I chose CA was because I felt at after a certain age, getting into a corporate company would be difficult. But 35 would not be an issue. But I was pushing 46 when I started CA, so I knew that I would be around 50. So the job opportunities right now that I have is definitely I'm practicing CA. Other than that, if I wanted to, I have chosen to become a faculty, and I'm a part of Aram Center of Excellence. I love the word Aram. Okay, so that's a part. What I would say is getting a job, if you prefer to go for employment in an audit firm, is easy. That will not depend on age. It will depend on the kind of experience that you had during your articles and all that. So audit firm,
corporate have, ma'am, age is not a limit. Once you have a qualification of CA, you can easily go to the corporate, because I am seeing many of my friends above 30, 40 plus. One of my close friend, after passing CA at the age of 45, she placed with a very good corporate, and she is a vice president there. So age thing and all, it depends upon your intelligence level, how you are going to attend the interview, and this qualification itself a big one. So age is not at all a limit for the career opportunity. At corporate level or at the practice level, age is not a, it's my view, and I have seen personally my friends who achieved and they are, that's the reason I think. So
thank you. Sudha, you want to say something? Yeah.
1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah. Sindhuja, you may have the initial struggles for a while, and this is like anyone else who has discontinued or who have shifted. Like for example, I moved to Bahrain in the middle of, I was having a career in India, and then I moved here, and then I took a break. And then when you start back, you may have to start a little lower than your actual, caliber or your qualification. But then you will prove it, and you will climb up and, reach where you need to reach. So it's just like relocating or moving or taking a break for, children or whatever XYZ reason, and then coming back to it. So having your degree will not stop you from having a career. It may take some time. That's it.
Okay, so I want to. You want to ask something or?
No, I just want to thank.
Okay, I want to now call in someone who has been very quiet and hiding. The person who is inspiration for me in many ways. Very, very powerful personality in Bahrain chapter. Sunita will definitely agree with me when I say that. Subhashri, you want to add something?
Hello everybody, I'm just not switching on the video right now because I'm parallelly cooking also. You can hear the background as echo because I'm just the same as my husband Meenakshi.
Yeah, same.
So, one thing which I would like to address, Sindhuja, is yes, there, like Sunita, what she told you, there will be an initial struggle. But I think as women, there is something which we miss out, I feel, is we do not ask our spouses for help. We do not seek out, we do not ask. We assume that everything the husband has to know or the family has to know. It cannot be that way. Sometimes we need to step out and ask that we need help. So if at all we get that kind of support, I think that will be a good one. And asking is very important. You need to step up to ask for support so that you get the support. Self-motivation is, of course, the first step even to get that support. Thank you.
Thank you for adding that very important point. So you have to ask for help. It's very, very important actually, yes. Okay, so we have come to the end of the session. I want to thank both the speakers from the bottom of my heart for agreeing and coming here and sharing your thoughts. It's been a great session, very, very interactive, very, I'd say, empowering, very inspiring in many ways. And in fact, I had a personal chat with both of them, and there are so many things that they have, for me to actually learn from them and get inspired, definitely. So I was thinking of doing it as this particular success conversation as a probably once in a month activity, and I thought I will start with women, because I told in the beginning itself that men are privileged, so their achievements has to be discounted in many ways, but women's achievement or something definitely has to be celebrated actually. So that's why I have agreed. I mean, I was calling them and asking them to be here, and they came. Thanks a lot for being here, and I want to thank all of you who are joined here with me today to make this particular session more interactive and interesting. Can we all have one snap if we can?
Very much. Thank you all.
Yes, thanks, Mahesh. So I want to have a memory of what we did today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sundar, for inviting me to share my thoughts in this forum.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We are very happy to interact with our friends.
I think one day when all this COVID things goes off and when we all travel, we
have you all in person here.
Absolutely, yes. Hope to have you, both of you, in person here in Bahrain, and we can probably have a wider audience. Probably we can take you to schools and make you to speak in front of the children. They need real inspiration because they may not really tell, they may not even ask, but they need actually. They need. So this, the personalities of your stature really will add more value to the students, and I'm definitely going to share this recording with all the parents I know, especially of who have girl child. And so I think we are almost 8 minutes above the time. So thank you again, and
if you invite me, I'm ready to come.
Yeah. Only challenge is that the flights should resume. So definitely we'll invite you.
I know.
Moment flights resume, we'll have you here personally and
definitely.
Sundar.
Yes.
We will pass on the message to the Bahrain chapter committee so that at the opportune time they would be able to factor one of their programs involving these two personalities.
Thanks
definitely, as a chairman.
Thanks a lot.
As a chairperson, if you agree, definitely they will agree.
Thanks, Meenakshi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will end the meeting now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.